Hello, today we're playing another game, another indie game, a matter of fact. This one's called Loretta. It's like a psychological, you hear me? What kind of English is that? Psychological, thriller about like, I don't know, a woman named Loretta. I'm guessing. So here we go. New game. Uh-oh, seizures. Flashing lights, patterns. So if you have any of those things, don't watch this, apparently. I gotta hold it. I'm gonna go color mode. The events take place in the United States of America in 1947 to reflect the reality of that time. Loretta contains subject matters that some may find offensive. Characters, due to their nature, age, and social status, use word, phrases, and profanities that are indicated of the time and do not correspond with modern attitude. That does not give you the end pass. Huh? I think it had whispered to him about himself which he did not know, things about himself which he did not know, things of which he had no conception till he took. I couldn't finish reading it. 1947. We are looking at a beam going down someone's colon. Will it make its way to the butthole? We will see. We will see. Wait, this is a car. Oh, it's on the road, not the colon. Why no one said something? Ah! Loretta. My name's Loretta Lou Harris. Hi, Loretta. My name's Keys. Friends call me Laura. I'm 38 years old. Wow, okay. I was born in a small town in the South that you'll probably never heard. Wait, I could do that in a Southern accent. I was born in a small town in the South that you'll probably never heard of. The moment I turned 16, I ran away to the East Coast. Is that good? I'm an unemployed ornithologist and a mediocre housewife. A few months ago, my husband and I moved to a farm that he got from his parents. Life here ain't exactly simple, but we get by all the time. Up until 2 weeks ago, anyways, when Walter up and disappeared without a trace. He went into the room. Don't you remember? He needs to rebirth Mama. Mrs. Harris, I'm Frank Chambers. I'm looking for your husband. You from the police? Now, I already talked to the sheriff. I ain't got nothing more to say. No, ma'am. I'm leaving a private investigation. There are some people from New York, important people, who'd really like to have a word with Mr. Harris. And who are these important people? People who Mr. Harris still needs to pay. Mind if I come in? He wipes his neck with a handkerchief. You've got a very lovely house, ma'am. Don't bother. I can't stand this place either. Is this Mr. Harris's house? His parents. You're not from around here, are you? Or New York, for that matter. Don't test my hospitality. Sorry, didn't mean to offend. I'm paid to ask questions, you know. But my only concern is Mr. Harris. Wait, are we in fucking New York? No, New York doesn't have like wheat. Mainly, I need to know if he's alive or dead. Ma'am, how long has Mr. Harris been gone for? Who hired you? 2 weeks. 14, 50 days, give or take. Would you like something to drink? Honestly, I was hoping you'd ask. The kitchen's just down the hall. She got a gun. You're not gonna answer that? No, I don't want to. Hello? Hello? Can I talk to Mr. Harris, please? Who's calling? May I ask who's calling? This is Patrick Fitzgerald from the Atlantic Press Publishing House. Would you kindly put Mr. Harris on the phone? Let's give him a Nixon voice, right? It's extremely urgent. Mr. Harris ain't available. He ain't here. Well, what time will he be back, miss? This is about his book. We're still waiting for him to send the second half. The contracts are ready, but... Miss, could you please pass? They hung up. It happens sometimes. Does it? Oh, afraid lemonade is all I can offer. Just water would be fine with me, ma'am. I'm a tad parched from that long drive. Squeak, squeak, squeak. I should get Chambers some water. Agua. Does anyone know where my cups are? Okay. Sickle? If I was a cup... Oh, it's right here. Excuse me, sir. I'll give you some sink water. This humidity is killing me. He wipes his face with a handkerchief. I don't think it's been this hot since the spring of '39. Where's that music coming from? The fields. Farmers. Walter rents out the land. Guess the music helps him pass the time. His eyes linger on Laura's hips. She pretends not to notice. Quite a shame for a fine lady like yourself to be stuck on a place like this. Here's your water. You're too kind. Thank you. He dries his lips on his sleeve. So, how much land you got here, ma'am? 60 or so acres. He whistles. Don't get too excited. It was a mortgage a long while back. May I take a look at the yard? Suit yourself. What in the... It's the pipes. Son of a... Got some plumbing installed. And what do you know? Sorry, I need to go down to the basement. Need a hand? Nah. No need to trouble yourself. Besides, you wanted to look around the place, didn't you? Catalog? An April furniture catalog. It's got all nuclear family could need. How are things with the novel? Did Mr. Harris finish it? Is Mr. Wallace interested in that too? No, ma'am. Just curious. Real pity that the true work of a detective isn't all like the stuff your husband writes about. You know, in this hard-boiled detective stories, it's the laws of the genre, Mr. Chambers. Genre. Tell me, ma'am, your husband, did he happen to leave some kind of note? Maybe a little. No, he didn't. Least I ain't found nothing if he did. Neither did the sheriff's men. It's damp and dark. Down in the basement. Too damp, too dark. Smells like mold. Just like Chambers' breath, actually. How? I can barely, I can hardly find the water pipes. At first glance, everything seems to be in order. But there's a weird buzzing sound coming from them. Look closer. Looks like something's stuck in one of them. Hard to say what exactly. I hold out my hand and touch something wet and hairy. I grab hold of it and tug. A dead rat. Could have been worse. Buzzing stopped. For now. Looks like Chambers went out the yard. And he took both cups with him. Son of a bitch. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't curse. Family channel. Tell me, Mrs. Harris, where do you think your husband might be? Got any ideas? Can I say that he's in the well? Begging your pardon? Oh! Friends call me Laura. I'm an unemployed housewife, stuck in a hellhole with nothing but sun and fucking wheat. 2 weeks ago, I killed my husband. Oh my God. Well, I don't know why I'm surprised. I wanted that to happen, but oddly enough, I didn't. I did. I did. I didn't think it would happen. I ain't trying to make excuses, but I think I had to tell my story from the beginning. But I ain't looking to be forgiven by the gentlemen of the jury. I know that's impossible now, but I want to give a chance to whoever's going to read this to maybe understand me. You see, my relationship with Walter started to fall apart long before the day he died, long before we moved into this goddamn farm. I even liked it at the start, trading the bustling city life for a humble one out in the country. Of course, wishful thinking's all it was. Women don't get choice in this world. Take enough wrong turns, and before you know it, you are low class. Am I from New York? I don't fucking know. Now I'm confused with my accent. But you know what? Women back in the day, they didn't talk like me. They weren't like, "Yo, what up, homie? Welcome to New York City." You know, they had the what was it? The Central Atlantic some shit voice. I don't even know how to do that. And I was finally starting to see that all my turns were the wrong ones too. An old well. I do know why, but it gives me the creeps. We never use it. Let me tell you something. The ring's in there. Another broken, creaky step. Nails sticking out, waiting for the right moment to finally jab onto my leg. I asked Walter to fix it. Not that that did any good. Walter wasn't a bad person. He almost never drank. And even when he did, he never got violent. In all our years together, he only hit me that one time. And he felt awful about it afterwards. Still, everything about him was starting to irritate me. And I reckon the feeling was mutual. That irritation turned into a burning hatred that only got stronger after we moved out here. His snoring was like nails on a chalkboard. He spit everywhere like he was a damned camel. And food got stuck in his teeth all the time. But where it really got under my skin was how he always reeked of onions. All the damn time. It was this disgusting, oily smell that soaked into all the furniture. But you want to know what the weird thing was? I ain't never used any onions in my cooking. A bird? A bird. We'll never run out of dirty dishes in this house. Ouch. Cut my finger. Walt and I met toward the end of 1929. He was a little older than me. Mighty handsome, of course. He worked as a newspaper correspondent, but I couldn't tell you the name of what paper it was. They'd probably quit publishing it now, anyways. My mother died in 1930. Walt and I got married in 1931. I got pregnant in 1933. They called it an ectopic pregnancy, and that was followed by a miscarriage. I lost my child before I ever got to be a mother. Hello? Who's calling? Are you gonna speak or what? You think this is funny? Pay water bill. We're not gonna clean that up. Ain't anything in the basement I need right now. Bro? Honey, I'm going into the city. I'll be back soon. I need to stop by the post office. What happened? I broke a plate. Well, that's okay. We'll buy a new one. We ain't got no money for that. We have enough for a plate. Anyways, would you mind ironing my suit? I think it's in the bedroom. Take the key. Okay, buy some milk on your way back. Not a problem. All right, hon, I'm off. Enjoy New York City. New York. Guest bedroom. As I understand it, Walter's parents slept in separate bedrooms. One of them harsh 1910 traditions. Walter and I turned this place upside down for the key, but no luck. Sure feels strange knowing I can't access certain parts of the house. Not like the house ain't big enough already. One five oh 150, no. A woman in a wheat field. Wheat, wheat, wheat. All we got in this damn wheat. Wheat, 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 wheat. Will Wheaton. Wheaton. This house is falling apart. A piece, that was the ADHD, no lie. A piece of the ceiling's gonna fall off one of these days and kill me in my sleep. You know how they say when you got ADHD, like certain words trigger memories and yeah, well, that just happened. On an episode of Family Guy. Wheaton. Walter don't like it. When I enter his study when he ain't around, what he hiding? What he hiding? Yeah, forget it. It's a waste of time. I'll never like going outside to use the Komodo. Oh, I miss my old apartment. You know what I miss? I miss Absolutely nothing. Because I didn't lose anything. I'm still here in the city. Something went wrong in New York. I never found out what exactly. Walter fell into a pit of debt and dragged me down there with him. He left the obscenely high deposit we paid on an apartment, packed our bags, and rented the cheapest rust bucket he could find. In the spring of 1947, we moved to the farm, to Walter's parents' old house. Edna and Douglas Harris died of typhus back in 1927. And so we jumped off the bumpy life raft that was our former life and rushed into the unknown. Walter's suit. Do I have to go closer? Of all Walter's sins, his adultery was the least to concern me. Let's say his gambling affected my life in a much more serious way. His adultery was pretty obvious. Walter hadn't touched me in months. Can't say I was too upset by it though. Nonetheless, I knew one thing for sure. That ginger bitch Margaret sure did love her onions. Oh. Bourbon? What am I? Whiskey? Bourbon? Whiskey? The hell is going on here? No. It's like not working right. How long do I gotta do this for? I can't see. This is cheating. Oh. I felt trapped. I was suffocating in this cramped farmer's paradise. I could feel the noose tightening around my neck. I went to the bank. So, can you state your profession, ma'am? I am an ornithologist by trade, but for now, I just run the house mostly. Excuse me, how do you spell that? Ornithologist. A scientist, the kind who studies birds. I see. And how about the man of the house, ma'am? What does he do? He rents out the land. Wait, Walter Harris? You mean the writer? The affair with the killer, the black tulip? Oh, I see you are a fan. No, not me, I'm afraid. My wife, though. Why, she just adores his books. Who would have thought that right here in our backyard? Anyways. Well, ma'am, I'm sorry to say this, but we can't give you a loan. Well, not to you anyways. But why don't you bring your husband around next time? I'm sure we could figure something out. I was hoping not to get my husband involved. I see. It's me who needs the money, not him. In that case, ma'am, if you urgently need money, then what's stopping you from taking out that 30,000 and... What 30,000? Well, now, just a moment. He shuffles through his papers. Well. Yep. Oh, I beg your pardon, man. That was my mistake. I just realized that 30,000 is an insurance. What insurance? What 30,000? He peers at the sheet of paper. Life insurance, ma'am. Silly of me to have missed it before. But it looks like Mr. Harris' publisher took out an insurance policy in his name. Here, see for yourself. In the event of death or disappearing, yada yada yada, or you can skip to this part. The beneficiary will receive a lump sum payment of $30,000. Looks like a standard contract as insurance goes. Anywho, I must apologize again. I didn't mean to cause any confusion. No. Thank you. You've been a big help. Glad to hear. In that case, I'll be waiting for you and Mr. Harris to drop by. All the best, ma'am. Oh, and do allow me to remind you that all deposits and contributions are insured with us at... That clerk's words broke through his cracked, graceless lips and disappeared into thin air. $30,000. $30,000. An incredible sum of money. It felt like the more I thought about it, the less I was able to comprehend how much money that really was. Walter. He hadn't ever said a word. Why not? I remember getting this strange feeling. It was weak and not all there yet, but I felt it on the edge of my mind all the time. The moment I tried to catch it and pay attention to it, I left the bank and the dry spring wind of that. Let me repeat that. And the dry spring wind of the outside world dispelled that feeling as if it was never there to begin with. I must have parked over there. Over there. Laurel? Hey, Laurel. Hello, Margaret. It's so good to see you. How long it's been since we last seen each other? Come and think of it, I ain't seen Walter around much either. How's he doing anyway? Wonderful. Margot, hurry up. It's busy and blind dog in the meat house in here. Break's over. Move those hips, girl. All right, I'm coming. Anyway, Loretta, the girls and I are gonna see a show on Saturday. You should come join us, and I wanted to talk. Margot! Look, I'll stop by if I'm in the neighborhood. You don't mind, right? I gotta shoot. Margot! I'm keeping your tips. All right, I'm coming for Christ's sake. The ginger bitch. But they're selling onion rings. We gotta go for that. I lied, of course. I ain't no ornithologist. Never have been, never studied nowhere. Just a habitual liar, I tell. I'm a working girl. I needed some way to survive when I moved to New York. I wanted to be a nurse but failed the exams. Twice. I washed the tiles at diners, tried working as a waitress, tried working as a newspaper secretary, and believe it or not, even worked at a salon. I wouldn't say I enjoyed any of it, but work is work. I read an article about a female ornithologist once. She was on an expedition of some sort. I liked it. I even bought The Birds of America. Ain't much of a bird lover though. Hard to love harbingers of disease. It was hotter than 6 shades of hell. I had the windows cracked all the way down and could feel the sun burning through the windshield. A swarm of thoughts swirled in my head, so I didn't notice that I was running out of gas. This old bag of boats chugged 30 gallons to the mile. But Lady Luck smiled on me for the first time that day, and a gas station appeared out of the blue. Its concrete face rose from the middle of the cornfield, all cracked and worn like the wrinkled face of some old woman. Funny thing was, I can't say I'd ever seen that gas station before. And even though this was the only road leading home, Boston? Huh. Afternoon, ma'am. How's the day treating you? Could it be better? It's too hot today. You ain't wrong there, ma'am. Almost 100 degrees out. Could you fill me up for the 3? Sure thing. Anything else I can get you? I don't even know what I want. If you'll allow me, ma'am, I may have just the cure for what ails you. You do? Ooh, 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 ooh. New and approved rat poison. Even contains its own secret formula. This sucker will get rid of the rats, the mice, ow, my ears, whatever's plaguing you. Smells like almonds, too. Guaranteed to work. Or for only $1.99. I don't think that... Bah! You know what? You look like a diligent housewife, ma'am. Why don't you take a sample? On the house for you. Oh, well. I assured you, ma'am. You will not be disappointed. Okay. Huh? Fungal? Money? Hope? Nausea? Faith? Oh. Chance. Oh. Oh, okay. Positivity? Positivity from a mirror? I wouldn't mind skipping this part though. Oh, I have to press the mirror. You say... Oh, it's different. Fear? No. Fungal? No. No, that's not it. Hope? Nausea? Indigestion? Upset stomach? Diarrhea? Sigh. How? It's hotter than the devil's armpit outside. No kidding, thought I was gonna melt. Ain't it a little early to be breaking out the wine? What are you smiling for? It's all done. What is? You mean you finished your book? Yep. But that's wonderful. Why didn't you? The publishers already gave me the green light. I sent in the initial chapters. I don't want to jinx anything before it's set in stone. But they're saying the folks from the Metro Silver Mayors are interested. Might even turn into motion pictures, they say. Just imagine, starring Clark Gable. I thought he quit acting. Then Harry Cooper, who cares? That's not the gosh darn point. Hollywood Laura. You're right, I'm sorry. Oh, Walter, I'm so happy. Good for you. Good for us, sweetheart. Can the wine wait a little? I'll get to fixing us a real nice supper. How about you cook us up that steak you know I love? Oh, Walter. Oh, darn, Walter. I honestly didn't expect it. For a moment, it felt as though everything could change. It was a flash of hope. Walter published his novel. That looked like a pork chop. And we returned to New York, to our apartment on 12th Avenue, just as we never left. And life goes back to normal again. Still, he'd made promises before. He already found another woman before I could start unpacking my damn suitcase. He's gambled us into the ground when we already dirt poor. Why would I think any of that'll stop in New York? No. Something deep inside me, something strange has been triggered, and I couldn't stop it. How's it going? Ready? Camarada. He's talking with his mouth full. This steak is delish. Thank you. Last time I ate this good was back in the Big Apple. You barely touched your... I ain't hungry. Well... So we going back? So does that mean we're going back now? We can finally pack our bags and run away from this place? He chomps loudly. Run away from here? Oh, you're kidding, right? Why not? Come on, Lo. You can't run away from who you are. He spits out half-chewed piece of carrot. You put too many carrots in this. Besides, the book ain't finished. It still needs editing. You know, I've been doing a lot of thinking lately. About what? About how different my life could have been. But it isn't. And that's why you choose to soothe the grieving widow. Oh. I thought I can click this. Oh, I can't. What? What's that supposed to mean? You know exactly what's that supposed to mean. I already told you. It's over. You must think I'm dumber than a box of rocks. What are you trying to achieve here, huh? Why can't you just celebrate? Enjoy a nice supper, like ordinary civilized folks. I'm fed up with your tricks, Walter. Fed up with you treating me like shit. Fed up with the lingering in this godforsaken dump. With all the racists and whores. Nobody forced you to move out here, Loretta. Oh no, he didn't. Listen, I know you blame me for what happened to John. He slams his fist into the table. Nice fucking supper. You just couldn't help yourself, could you? Why'd you need to bring this shit up again? Why now? What is with you today? No. You are right. Let's just keep it bottled up inside. I'll hush. I'll be a good housewife. And you can keep fucking around with that ginger slut. Then everyone will be happy. Enough. I'm not listening to this shit anymore. And if you must know, I do blame you. Oh, finally. The brave man comes out and says it. I've read the police report. You are such a hypocrite. I had no idea you could be so full of crap. I've read the... What? It says murder. Oh no. Oh. Did I just hold it? No, I gotta click it. I gotta click it. Click, 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 click. Are you able to hear that? This is how the ring started. Walter looked like he trying to say something. But only sound of gurgling couldn't be heard as he slowly chokes to death. Burn in hell, Walter. I must admit, I don't like it when people say honestly or to tell you the truth. It always gives the impression that they've been shamelessly lying to you up till that point. But there's something transcendental about murder. That's a hard word, transcendental. Yeah, you get it. Something beyond our understanding, despite how regular and natural it seems otherwise. Why would anyone do it? Oh, don't accuse a woman of being a liar when she doesn't know how to be honest with herself. Stillborn, like my first child, like a poet who speaks no language, like a deaf, blind, and mute person in a world of sound, color, and signs. I won't reach the truth with words. They can't give it shape. There's one truth I know, though. Walter is dead. You don't like people, do you? I didn't say that, but truth be told, I don't expect any good to come from them. This is a moth. Do you think people want to hurt you? If you guys see something different, write it in the comments. But that was a moth. I don't care what you say. I think we're wasting our time here. Why is that? Look, I know how it works. First, we look at some pictures together and have a nice chat. Ooh. Tomorrow, you would dig into my brain with a metal rod. You are exaggerating. Lobotomies have alleviated suffering for a great many people. In your case, however, I doubt it will be required. I like to believe that. Let's continue, shall we? Doesn't look like a vagina to me, or a well, or a rat, or a necklace. What do I see? I don't see any of these, but the closest thing it can be is a vagina. Interesting. What is your associative pattern? My husband calls them tricks. But it was he who brought you here, wasn't it? So pay attention. A cradle, a wheat, an eyeball, or a crow? It could kind of look like a cradle, right? Is something wrong? Yeah. These are just splotches. Ain't nothing to see in them. Whatever I do sees only my imagination. This ain't fair. I ain't done nothing wrong. Life isn't fair. At your age, it's high time you realize that. Oh, don't be so gloomy. How did that saying go? In Italy, under the rule of the Borgia, terror, murder, and bloodshed reigned. Yet it ended up giving birth to Michelangelo, Da Vinci, and the Renaissance. In Switzerland, brotherly love, democracy, and peace were established for 500 years. And do you know what they produce? The cuckoo clock. I woke up in an awful pain, spreading through my whole body. It came in waves, like one blow after another. One eye was all swollen and watery. Felt like it was gonna burst. Well, I wanted it to burst. Not that it helped none. No, the pain was focused somewhere else. When I opened my eyes, the first thing I saw was a crooked, rusty nail sticking out of my foot. Went right through my own skin, so I tugged it free. Son of a bitch. I was ready to howl, ready to scream at the top of my damn lungs. Best I muster was a whimper though. It was like the top of that metal nail was smiling up at me like some Cheshire cat. Okay, one more try. Stay calm, breathe. Come on, low, focus. Holy fuck. Shoot. Goddamn porch. Goddamn nail. Why couldn't you hammer it like I asked? The hell's wrong with you, Walter? Trying to make it easier for me to finish you off. Hell, why am I even asking you? Ain't like you ever knew which end of a hammer to use anyways. This is some kind of wicked irony, all right? Oh Lord, I can't see rust stuck in the wound. Damn, man, clam, damn, jam, ham. What else rhymes with that? Tan? Arg, ain't no time to dwell on that now. All right, one more time. Again. Come on. Well, because you didn't fix the porch, Walter. Men, if you're watching this, fix the goddamn porch when she asked you to. The gaping wound stared back at me. An awful blood-red gash. Last night felt like a bad dream about to fade into memory, but still. My ripped up muddy dress, my aching leg, the puddle of my own vomit. They all suggested otherwise. I need to get rid of those reminders as soon as I can. I'm gonna be sick. We just stepped on it. Vomit. Leftovers from yesterday's supper. Ah, what a mess. I gotta clean the vomit. Wait. Why is everything covered? Can I run? Shovel? I don't need no goddamn shovel. I ain't ready to go out yet. Need to change out of these clothes first. I should get the shovel out of the way. But I can't shake the feeling that I might need it later. Gotta take off this dress first. I'll think about the rest later. Bingo. I knew you were in here somewhere. A long time ago, too. What did I say? Should I? Take them? What does it matter? Not like things can get any worse. Wardrobe. That's better. Now to get rid of this dress. Who the hell could that be? Laura, you look like you've seen better days. What happened? Mind calling out Walter for me? Walter ain't home. What do you need him for? Walt and I were supposed to see each other today, but he never showed. When he didn't show up, I do know how to say it, but if Walter's good at anything, it's leaving women. Wait, you know about you and Walter? You think I'm blind, Margaret? Don't worry. I don't hold grudges, especially not against someone like you. Really? Margaret's face broke into a silly smile. The fear was eating her up inside, but Loretta's words seemed to lift the heavy load from her heart. Still, Loretta couldn't help but think, if a few niceties was all it took, the load wouldn't have been that heavy to begin with. That's true. There ain't no such thing as wrongdoing, Margaret, only doing. Hand on my heart, I ain't got no clue where he gone. His damn suitcase ain't even here. You know Walter. Maybe he got himself in hot water again. Or maybe he just ran off and left us both behind. Who can tell? Laura, I don't know what to say. I best be going. Well, that could have gone better. Probably still could have gone worse, though. At the very least, I bought myself some time. Time to come to my senses. Consider, think. Margaret may not be all that smart, but she knows how to play dirty. Bitch is up to no good, plain and simple. Just a matter of time now. All right, Now for the manuscript. It ought to be in the study. What in the Sam Hill? Sounds like it coming from the kitchen. He wasn't lying. The storm destroyed several power lines yesterday. Dozens were left without power. Authorities are reminding citizens to beware of looters. In other news, why is it so dark in here? My foot hurts. Where's that sound coming from? Where's the lamp? Smells wretched. As all get down here. As all get out down here? Get pipes making weird noises again. This ain't the first time, but Walters would usually take care of it. Today just ain't my day. A portrait of Walter's mother, Edna. It's covered in dust. A tag on the jar says, Chicory Root. It's a decent coffee substitute when you're out of money. I don't know where this hole came from or where it leads, but I ain't in a hurry to find out. Phew. I shoulda do it. I shoulda done it. But probably didn't. Relax, Laura. It's just your imagination is all. I rarely step foot into Walter's study. Everything here just as it was yesterday. An open bottle of bourbon and that old beat up typewriter. Sheets of paper tied with a ribbon lie next to it. Chapter of Strobel. The rest of the manuscript should be in the safe. An open envelope lay next to it. It's an informal letter on an official looking paper certified by a secretary. Dear Mr. Harris, Walter, the bull is positively sensational. Although I do believe we should give the title some consideration, I can say without a shadow of doubt that this is your best work yet, and I'm only halfway through reading it. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I already spoke to Thompson at MCM, and they want to talk. I'm very glad that you are back in business, my friend. Send me the rest as soon as it's ready. The contracts are drafted. There's just a couple of formalities left. P.S. I already ordered the cover design. You're going to love them. Sincerely, Jerry. The Gerald Foster Schaefer, Atlantic Press Publishing House. They are waiting. Details has been negotiated. Contract signed. Jace needed a little push was all. I made myself comfortable in the leather desk chair, adjusted the carriage, and began typing. Dear Mr. Schaefer, I regret informing you that my husband, Walter Harris, has gone missing. It's possible something may have happened to him, or perhaps he simply ran out of his love-deprived wife. His reasoning is beyond me. I'm writing because you were interested in Walter's latest manuscript, Strobel. By coincidence, the manuscript currently sits in my possession. The original? There are no copies. Mr. Schaefer, I assume that you are a busy man, so I'll cut to the chase. As far as I know, your company has taken out a life insurance policy on Walter. Due to this extraordinary development, I must ask that you send me a check with the amount applicable in the event of his passing. If you wish to see this manuscript in its entirety, despite my disagreement with Walter, I'm convinced that readers and fans of his talent should not be deprived of his latest masterpiece. I will send the manuscript the day the check is received, as I understand that it rightfully belongs to you and your firm, which has done so much for our family. All done. Now I just gotta wait. The pain in my leg was getting worse. So on my way to the post office, I decided to stop at the gas station again, but something wasn't right. The gas station looked different that way, kind of like something was missing. In that same vein, I was seeing something in a brand new light, kind of like looking through a cracked microscope glass or something. Although I ain't ever looked through a microscope in my entire life. Ma'am? Got any painkillers? Or any kind of medicine? No, ma'am, we do not. This ain't no drugstore. Then I'll just take the cheapest bottle of whiskey you got. Better make that 2 bottles, actually. My name is William Henry Carter. I've been this county sheriff for the last 3 years. Early in the morning of August 12, 1947, I got a call from the Harris farm. Mrs. Harris claimed that her husband, Mr. Harris, had gone missing. How old is Walter, ma'am? 45. And how long have the two of you been married? 16 years. Has he, the sheriff chokes back the urge to vomit. For the sake of decency, Loretta pretends not to notice. Pardon me, has Walter gone missing before? No, this be the first time. Hot damn. The hangovers get worse every time. Feels like my head's about to explode. Well, you did throw back 2 full bottles by yourself. What did you expect? Not 1 bottle, not a bottle and a half, 2 fucking bottles, Bill. I wonder if she can smell the booze on my breath. What am I saying? Course she does, jackass. Women always smell this stuff. You're in deep trouble now, Bill. When was the last time you saw Walter? Yesterday morning. I thought he'd gone to the city at first, but the car was still parked by the house. Then evening rolls around and he still ain't back, so I called you today. It's all clear as day. Or is it? Something ain't right. You ain't need this right now. You better sleep it off in the car. Give it a couple of hours, right? There's always the hair of the dog. Nah, I'll just grab a bowl of soup or something. But now ain't the time for pondering soup. What you staring at me like that for, sweetheart? You think finding a missing person's a piece of cake? Expect me to pull out of my hat or something, as if you could stand a couple of city slickers around, carry a couple of city slickers around. Only thing you're good for, Bill, is lugging around a hip flask. Well, to hell with all that. I'm not gonna lie, that was a strange conversation with yourself. A stain. Can't quite tell what it is. This house seems better days, that's for sure. Got an old smell to it too. Better not puke in front of her. Catch you by surprise there, sunshine. This ain't a house, it's a shack. That must be why the guy took her. But look who's talking. You live in a trailer, you jackass. You used to be a pilot, a hero. Where's all the heroics now, Billy boy? Drown and hooch is where they are. Maybe I should ask her for painkiller. Nah, better not. Loretta standing there, arms folded, staring you down like she's fixing to ask you a question. Or simply challenging your authority. Authority. What a dish, though. Younger than you, but not by much, I reckon. And she's got a great ass to boot. So, a writer, huh? Can you say you're surprised, Bill? A loser like you could never score a dame like her. Got a queer look in her eyes, though. Figures considering her man just took off. Poor gal. Tell me, ma'am, was Walter acting strange at all? Did he do anything unusual before he disappeared? No, sir. Nothing that comes to mind. Do your children live with you? Ain't got no children. No children, no husband, no job. If you're not careful, you'll be 3 for 3 yourself. You dumb drunk. Got no kids. No any wife to speak of, neither. What about Maggie, though? Nah, Maggie's a different type of broad. All right, cowboy, strain your brain. Just a couple of more questions, and we can wrap up this sideshow. Damn, you sleeping with Maggie, too? Jesus Christ. Did Walter have any health condition? You trying to imply he crazy? Well, no, sir. My husband is in his right mind. Was he in the military? Yes, he was. But he never did like talking about it. Said he spent 2 years on a boat somewhere out in the Philippines writing propaganda. At least that's my understanding of it. You know, pamphlets about Hitler, Hirohito, and the like? I ain't choose not to pry any deeper than that. So, this is Walter's study. Yeah, he spends most of his day here. The sheriff sniffs. Has anything changed since he went missing? Hard to say. What about family? My family? No, ma'am, your husband's. Ah, well. He has a sister over in New York City. Can't say we have ever been all that close. Don't suppose you have her number? I'm afraid I do not. The sheriff's mouth curves into a deep frown. May I ask what happened to your leg? Would you like something to drink? Excuse me, ma'am? Would you like a drink? We've got bourbon. Might even have some whiskey left. No, ma'am. Thank you. But I'm still on duty. Did Walter take anything with him when he left? A photo? Maybe a postcard? Do you know if anything's missing from the safe? Oh, no. Walter keeps his manuscripts in there. He didn't take those with him? I ain't sure. Don't know the combination. Did Walter keep up extensive correspondence with anyone? Any that you're aware of, at least? Maybe someone you just learned of recently? Walter spoke with his publisher, of course. Probably to some other writers as well. And his old war buddies, most likely. Mind if I take a look at them letters? This one? Damn, I could kill the officer too? The sheriff carefully studies the envelope. You should read them. Might offer you some clarity. All right, Miss Harris, I'll be frank. The chances of finding Walter are pretty slim. It's most likely he'll reappear by himself when he's ready. I have to admit, this sort of thing happens from time to time. Sometimes folks are just a little overwhelmed. They run away from debts, creditors, wives, without realizing they can't ever run away from themselves. Well, I appreciate your wisdom, Sheriff. But what happens now? I'll get in contact with the local precinct in the meantime. Then the nearest hospital, the morgue. It's a big country. Your husband could be anywhere, ma'am. Forgive me, I know this is a difficult subject, but I have to ask. Did you and Walt have any fights before he went missing? I wouldn't say so. Hmm. You know, I think Walter and I might have gone to the same school. Only got one school around here, so it ain't all surprising. Was there anyone else he was in contact with around here? Any friends or neighbors, enemies even? Someone I could talk to? No, sir. At least not that I'm aware of. Does that thing still work, by the way? What? The well behind you? Mind if I take a look? Sure is dark. I wonder how deep it goes. You know, if you ain't using it, then that'd be grounds for getting fined. You better ask someone to board it. Wait, what's that? Oh shit! Is that a rat? Sure is a meaty one. Look at that. He's trying to climb his way out. That fella braver than all. Get out. Suckers breed faster than rabbits. So I'd recommend some rat poison or something. Probably got yourself a rat nest down there. You got anyone around that can help me, ma'am? I can send my boys to you if you don't. They'll board it up for you in no time. Thank you, sir. I can handle it myself. Mind if I smoke? Go right ahead. This is a mistake in my opinion. You think so? Life's dealt me a bad hand. That or I just ain't been playing them right, I do know. Everyone has problems. It's all about how we respond to them. Don't give me that. I shouldn't need to remind you the war is over. Men shoot each other, stab each other, kill each other. And for what? Men aren't the only ones who fight in wars. No, but it's the men who's starting them. Have you ever heard of the Chinese ruler Wu Zetian? Zetian? Should I? There's no such thing as wrongdoing, Loretta. Only doing. Anyway, how you feeling in general? Honestly, pretty good. We're gonna confirm that now. Please concentrate. I felt like the world has changed too fast, and I don't feel safe. I mean, I don't know what I mean anymore. Let's continue. Don't let what I did fool you. I'm a good person. Well, an ordinary person. But people sure love labeling things. Some folks always have the simple answer. It's so easy to trip yourself up once. Way easier than you think. Easier than a round of gin rummy or getting your hands on a pair of nylon stockings. It's very convenient too. What do you mean by that? Well, it's tempting to commit an unforgivable act, then revel in self-pity, making excuses for the rest of your life. Now don't you start with that. Have you ever heard the saying, let sleeping dogs lie? I think that's exactly what you choose not to do. I don't know what I'm looking at. Oh, it's showing me what I'm looking at. Cool. Kind of. I left the paper there. Oh, those are pants. I'm like, who? What? What's happening there? What am I looking at? I don't know. Do these squares matter where they go? Hello? A call from New York for Mr. Harris. Connect us. You think you can blackmail us, Toots? Blackmail? Well, sure, if that's what you want to call it. But since I'm the one who owns the manuscript, I think it'll be more appropriate to call it reimbursement. Or maybe compensation for the presumed widow of a talented writer. You could even print that on the dust jacket. Where's Harris? Listen here, lady, ain't nobody messing with Jerry Schaefer. I hung up, but he'll call again. Make no mistake. People like Schaefer never miss an opportunity for profit, even if it means exchanging sweet pleasantries for threats. But that still leaves me with a problem. The safe combination. I searched the whole damn house for a clue and know anything, but it looks like old Walter. Old fuddy-duddy Walter, who my supper would always have forgotten. What he ate for breakfast or sometimes mix up his left or right. That same lying bastard Walter only kept the combination in that good-for-nothing brain of his. I tried his birthday, our wedding anniversary, his mother's birthday, and even the date of his first publication. Nothing worked. Have you tried 1, 2, 3, 4? You must have written the combination down somewhere, Walter. You're a writer. You wrote everything down. Oh, I'm sure the combination's in here somewhere. I should take a look around. I'm trying to. Never heard of it. There's a key hidden in the book. It ought to open one of the doors in the house. No clue which one, though. Maybe Walter's parents' room? A letter from Kelly. Hey, Daddy, how are you doing? How's Laura? I hope you're all doing okay. I'm just fine. Sorry it took me so long to write you back. Things have been pretty crazy lately. You know how it is. Did you finish your novel? I think you did. You've been working on it for so long now. Daddy, I got some big news I want to talk about. I don't know when you'll get this letter, though. Anyway, Mickey and I are gonna come visit. Let's talk in person, too. SWAK. Love you, Daddy. Love you, Kelly. Who the fuck, you got a daughter? Tickets, stubs, scribbled papers. A lot of a horse racing. Only Walter could find a racetrack out in the middle of nowhere. I can't get the manuscript until I figure out the combination. No matter if I try, nothing seems to work. Okay, nope. Nope. Nothing interesting except for one. A cigar club? I ain't never seen Walter smoke a cigar. There's an address on it. Must be in the city. I could pay a visit when I get the time, of course. The key from the book fits. Heavens to, what's that smell? I gotta open a window or something. The flowers are all dried up. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to open up the window. Discharged man shoots parents. Guggenheim warehouse fire. Ransom paid but child not found. Olsen family offered reward. I remember this case. Someone kidnapped the daughter of some hoity-toity oil tycoon. Bottle, one hell of a drink. A camera. Walter and I almost never took any pictures. A strange photograph. There's a key here. It looks like the kind used to open a safety deposit box. But where? Somewhere in the city? What the hell, Walter? What else were you hiding from me? The day promised to be eventful. And not just because of the secrets of Walter's past. I still needed to open that goddamn safe. But I was plumb out of ideas. I considered throwing it out the window. But there's no way that thing was going to budge. I won't get that check without the manuscript. Is there a way to just airmail the whole safe to Schaefer? I need to cut up with something fast. So I decided to head into the city. What can I get you? Sorry to bother you. I'm looking for the Cooper Cigar Club. Is this the place? What, can't you read? Look at the sign, lady. This is a bar. We don't sell cigar here, only drinks. So I suggest you either order one or take a hike. So fucking rude. Ain't suppose you know where I can find the Cooper Cigar Club. Cigar Club? Ah, you're looking at it, babe. But it was shut down a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. All's left of it now is this shithole. The bartender looks over, displeased. Where you think you are, the Ritz or something? The bartender looks away, even more displeased. A year or two? Why is a pretty dame like you looking for a cigar bar anyway? Here, why don't I buy you a drink instead? Thanks, but I'm in a hurry. Of course you are. I don't understand. This ain't making any sense. Let me take a look at another look at the light match. The address is right, but there's no way these matches are 2 years old. It's a phone number on the other side. Was this written with a ballpoint pen? Must be recent then. How the hell did I miss this? I could call the number, but what good would that do? If the club really did close a couple of years ago, maybe that loser got it wrong. I should find the phone. Mind if I use your phone? The bartender sighs heavily. It's out back, by the John. The dog sure is scary looking, but at least it ain't playing poker. Smells like piss in here, and Lord knows what else. It's you. I know who you are. You shouldn't have dialed this number. Who are you? Do I know you? We'll be seeing each other soon. Oh, okay. Ma'am, I already told you to open a safe, and I mean any safe, though I can't say for sure which one you have. An old one. Well, old or new, you'll need either a very good locksmith or a very good thief. Precisely. And I'm afraid I'm neither. All I sell is doorknobs and fasteners, ma'am. What a waste of time. This key really belongs to the bus depot. Then it must be one of the lockers here. Some drunk's falling asleep right next to the lock I need to get into. The bum gargles something unintelligible. Well, that's just perfect. How do I get rid of him now? He reeks of booze. Maybe a fresh bottle will get him moved. Fresh bottle? Let me see. I do not have. Oh? Buy U.S. saving bonds and stamps. Fresh bottle. A bottle of liquor, please. Cheap as you got. Oh, has the lady finally decided to have some fun? Don't ask. Well, you have a lovely evening. I got it. I quit smoking a long time ago, though I've been regretting it more and more lately. Yes, she have. Oh, the other ones disappeared. No. Hey, pal. Got a butter something you might like? Look, just more over. Could ya? Thank God that worked. It's some kind of parcel here. I don't get it. Wait, what does all this mean? I should wait till I get home to open it. Hey, who the hell are you? Then said he unto me, Prophecy unto the wind, prophecy, son of man, and say to the wind, Thus saith the Lord God, Come from the four winds, zero breath, and breathe upon these slain. Or is that O breath? That they may live. On the way home, I got to thinking, maybe I just made a mistake. The man on the other end of that wire could have been anyone. An old friend, a comrade in arms, or the failed writer. It was amazing how after Walter's death, I was starting to learn so much about him. Way more than I knew of him when he was still alive. Things that were obviously private. Things he didn't dare to share with his own wife. Then suddenly, the engine overheated. Goddamn bucket of boats. Lord, what'd I do to deserve this? Who am I kidding? You knew perfectly well, Loretta. So I walked. Good thing the house was only half a mile. I noticed the luxurious white car right away, parked by my front porch. I never seen a car quite like it. Some old man with a cane was standing next to it, and something deep in my gut told me nothing was good come from this meeting. Can I help you? Go call out your husband, sweetheart. I'd like to talk to the property owner. I'm the property owner. Well, that explains it. What do you need all this land for anyway? Who are you exactly? Name's Peter Solomon Morgan Jr. But y'all can call me Mr. Morgan. I own the land down south of here, which means I've been the misfortune of being your neighbor. What's that supposed to mean? Come on, take a look. See this? The whole lot's rotten. Ain't even worth feeding to livestock. Thank you kindly for showing me some dirt. But I fail to see how this has anything to do with me. Fail to see, do ya? Morgan's old face turns purple with anger. 50 acres of fertile land, reduced to nothing but horse shit. My sincere congratulations. So what? And that has what to do with me? I hired a specialist. Through his investigation, he's concluded that drainage installed on your property is wrecking my crops. I was looking to have a conversation with the real property owner, knowing you'd resolve the issue peacefully like. But I guess that just ain't on the cards. Let's calm down. I don't know much about farming. Hell, I don't even know what you mean by drainage. I just rent out the land. Tell me something I don't know. Well, maybe you should talk to the one who's been working your land. Who do you think told me what's been going on? You think I'm out here running in the fields like I got ants in my pants? I'll be speaking to my lawyers about this. You can understand that much, can't you? I came over here to meet the owner face to face, talk it through man to man. Never did it occur to me that I'd be dealing with some dog broad instead. Wow. Oh, pull your head out your ass. The bank owns this land. Best quit jerking me around, lady. Listen hard, you gandam okie. What? Let go of me, you asshole. If Phillips or someone else is paying you to pull this shit, or this is your own harebrained attempt at sabotage, Lord help me, I'll drag your ass through the muck myself if I have to, you hear? Feck off. What's going on here? Sheriff. Howdy, Bill. You doing all right there, Miss Harris? Sorry, I'm a Mrs. Mr. Morgan was just leaving. Mr. Morgan huffs and horse. Yeah, I'm going, but this ain't over. I'll be seeing you in court, Mrs. Harris. Whatever, you old fart. Your hand okay? I saw your car out there on the road. Figured I'd come see if everything was okay. What was old Bill wanting? Wish I knew, Sheriff. Wish I knew. You do, though. Morgan's grip was surprisingly strong for an old man and left a bruise. The sheriff made himself scarce but forlorn. He came asking the same questions, but he had written them down in a notebook this time, and didn't reek of booze. Still, I don't think he suspects me. He seems more focused on Walt's past. He's an ordinary one. That old donkey, I'll say. Ought to learn to keep his hand to himself. Got any news on Walter, Sheriff? Yep. I was talking to the New York and found out a rather strange. Tell me, you ever heard of an Irving Wallace? Nope. Don't ring any bells. Well, it sounds like Walter and Irving did time together. Walter did time? No way. That's what I thought. But when? Why? In the early 20s, but I don't know why. There ain't much left from the pre-war archives. Walter obviously used this to his benefit and kept his little vacation a secret. This is more than just a secret. Listen, don't get me wrong, man. Everyone makes mistakes. As far as I can tell, Walter was a dignified man. Wish I could say the same about that Wallace character, though. Who is he? He made a killing during the Prohibition, but his fortune wasn't big enough to attract unnecessary attention. Then he got his business legalized and went into publishing, even though a stake in a local newspaper. Either way, he's bad news, but no charges have been brought against him yet. Strange thing is, well, my guess is Walter and Irving had stayed in touch to this day. I didn't mean to scare you, man, but Wallace might be connected to your husband's disappearance. What's in this box, by the way? It's a parcel from my brother in Oakland. Thought it might be Walter. Anyway, ma'am, I'll keep you informed. Let me know if anything happens in the meantime. Like what, Sheriff? People like Wallace are extremely dangerous. So I'd like you to stay vigilant till we figure this out. Do take care now. What have you been up to, Walt? I must admit Morgan's visit came as something of a surprise. I had no idea what that old man wanted with me. Walter was the one who handled the land, not me. Any knowledge I might have had was extremely vague. I could probably figure it out if I really put my mind to it. But on the other hand, who the hell cares? I'll be long gone the minute I get that check. I'll never have to see this house, this land, or Morgan ever again. I wasn't sure what to do next. So, Mrs. Harris, what can I help you with? I'm just looking to learn about the extent of my property and where the border between my land and Mr. Morgan lies. All right, if you'll kindly take a look right here, this is your property. That's the property that, as I understand, belongs to the bank. It's all ours? If the paperwork is anything to go by, then yeah. Now, this here is where your property ends and Mr. Morgan begins, as well as here, here, and here. I'll need another set of plans to... I get the idea. So Mr. Morgan's rolling in money. You could say that. Don't tell me y'all are at odds or something. Well, oh, Mrs. Harris, you're better off giving him what he wants. You know, bargain a little, for decency's sake. But come to an agreement nonetheless. Believe me, it's pointless going to court with people like him. I appreciate the advice. My pleasure. Oh, can I ask you one last thing? Is it possible there may be some drainage under my property that leads to Morgan's, which in some way unknown to me might be affecting his crops? That's hard to say, Mrs. Harris. It'll depend on the history of the site. But we're standing there before groundwater lines, previous owners and such. I can try to look it up if you like. The records must be in archive somewhere. So long as it ain't any trouble. Not at all, ma'am. It's my job. Just leave me a telephone number, and I'll get in touch as soon as I find it. I didn't think it really mattered at first, but at night, for some reason, I started to feel like something around me had changed. It was small, almost invisible. I began to wander through the rundown old house, finding my way into corners I didn't even know exist. And then Kelly arrived. I forgot to mention, Walter had a daughter from his previous marriage. Kelly, as she'd promised in her letter, Kelly came up with her boyfriend, Mickey. Now, I only met Kelly a couple of times. First time when she was still a little girl. She was living with her mama somewhere in New Jersey. But then her mama succumbed to skeletal tuberculosis and passed away. I had no idea where Kelly found that joker, Mickey. It was easy to tell from just a glance that he wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed. Now, Kelly was a fine enough girl, pretty as a peach. She had thick brown hair, big old doe eyes, a healthy tan, big hips, and a nice behind. Imagine the vulgarity of Mae West in a play by Karl Heinrich Ulrichs. Mickey's actually short for a Michelangelo. He's some Italian kid from Jersey. At just 23 or maybe 24, he was big enough to fill a doorway. And I mean, he was huge, black hair, all shiny with either grease or brilliantine, muscles bulging under his copper skin. I had no idea what he did for a living. I think maybe he served in the Navy before getting kicked out. Either way, didn't seem like things were going well for either of them. Like any young girl whose daddy walks out on the family, I think it's safe to assume Kelly despised her father. So why would a girl abandoned by her daddy drag her boyfriend across the country to see him? Folks on the outside looking in just wouldn't understand. But I did. I knew right from the start. Where's daddy? Since they were too tired from the road, I was able to stall them with a dumb lie. At that point, all they wanted was to bathe and get some sleep. So I used that time to get my story straight. Your father abandoned me too, hon. Gathered his belongings and took off like the wind. The plan was to appeal the sympathy of a fellow woman by drawing comparison to Kelly's mother and squeezing any drop of sentimentality out of her that I could. But I knew it was never going to work. To Kelly, I'd always be that bitch who ruined her parents' marriage. Heck, she probably blames me for her mother's passing, and I can't really fault her for that. I put them up in the guest room, in the room that Douglas Harris had once used separately from his wife. His granddaughter now slept with Mickey. Not that they were actually sleeping. Out in the hallway in the stillness of the night, I could hear Kelly breathing, along with her not so muffled sighs, the creaking of her old floorboard and iron bed springs, that long forgotten warmth of human bodies, mounted the beat of Mickey's bestial momentum. Truth be told, I felt myself blushing something awful, until finally it all quietened down, and I tried to get some sleep. Now what the hell? Bottle in the brain with a rat? Zombie? Oh, good Lord. Walter. Hi, honey. You don't look so good. I don't blame you, given the circumstances. Do you think I'm a monster, Walter? Listen, I need the combination for the safe, Walter. Say something. Come on. Normally I can't get you to shut up. I mean, I couldn't. I wanted to tell you so much, about what was tormenting me, burning me up on the inside. And now that you're finally quiet enough to listen, I don't know what to say. Kelly's here. Her boyfriend's pretty lousy in my opinion. Just some loser. And a dumb one at that. But that's just my first impression. We know how deceiving those can be. You forgot. Look. There. In the basement. What do you mean? What? Falling asleep's been a struggle lately, so I've taken to reading Walter's books. No matter which. They all send me to sleep right away. Cuckoo? It's raining again. A puddle. Looks like the roof's leaking. Lord, what's gotten into you, Loretta? Looks like the clock stopped. The clock? Hmm. Oh. All right. Oops, wrong way. Sink. A fuse. What's a line in the sink for? I hope it didn't get wet. I hope so too, Loretta. I hope so too. It ain't right. Apparently, the lever moves the elevator, but it hasn't gotten any power. Um, is there more fuses? Okay, it looks like there's more fuses around the house. Can we check out back? It's raining pitchforks, and I'm wearing a nightie. Hmm. I'm not going anywhere. One more, and that'll do it. We're going to hell, guys. One-way ticket. I'll be damned. Tropic of Cancer, Henry Miller. Just cold ashes. Good evening, madam. Evening. Are you alone? We all are. What's going on in there? Private soiree. Invitation only. May I see yours? Well, darn, looks like I went and left mine in another dress. That's quite all right, miss. I think someone is expecting you. Expecting me? Who could that be? Why don't you come in and find out? Sounds tempting. But I don't think my dress suits the occasion. Come now, you look gorgeous, if I may be so bold. A cigarette, miss? It's Mrs., actually. And I quit a few years back. Who am I kidding? That doesn't matter now. Just so you know, I'm aware that I'm dreaming. Whatever you say. Gotta lie. Loretta draws deeply on the cigarette. Forgot how much I enjoyed that. One shouldn't deny themselves pleasure. Don't disagree with you there. It's pretty nice here. I'm getting a strange feeling. Like I've been here before. Of course, madame. We only serve those with membership here. If you don't mind me asking, what will you do about the girl and that degenerate? Oh, he was saying that. Beg your pardon? What has started should be finished, Loretta. I'll figure it out. I have no doubt, ma'am. You know what needs to be done. You think it's that easy? Put yourself in my shoes for a moment. Because some hick with no money, no education, no kids, not even a husband, no will to live. Many things in life do not depend on us, madame. But everyone deserves a chance. The question is, how will you use yours? You know, they hang people for that. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. At least, I believe that's how the saying goes. Is anyone gonna pick up the phone? I think it's for you. Hello? My ears. What in the... Oh, this can't be happening. Obituary. Vivian O'Hara was an ornithologist who dedicated her life to the study of beautiful creatures. Returning from an expedition to the island of Mauritius, Miss O'Hara tragically died in a car accident at the age of 40. The science community grieves and expresses their condolences to the relatives of the deceased. Scientists recognize not only Mrs. O'Hara's deep contribution to the development of ornithology, but appreciated her work as an experienced and talented educator and a wonderful writer. Mrs. O'Hara has written over 150 articles, books, monographs, and other publications. The funeral service is scheduled to take place. Why did I read that? I recognize this tune. I've heard it somewhere before. A light switch doesn't work. Shh, honey, it's all right. Calm down. Here you go. Right. I see a hand. Our memory is selective. We only remember what we want to. Your mother's the 2 cent. Oh my God. Can I? Can I skip this? What are you gonna do, Loretta? The next morning, I remember grinding meat, and Walter, who never lift a finger or do anything to help me around the house. Mr. Lazy himself, by some divine coincidence, had sharpened the kitchen knives. Kelly yawns. Good morning, Lo. I think you mean good afternoon. Oh, come on, Ma. Rough night? Why the long face? Oh, Mickey and me had a fight is all. What smells so good? I'm making some mincemeat. Gonna fix us up some dumplings. Oh, that will hit the spot. Daddy always raves about your cooking. Mm-hmm. Can I help with anything? Nah, I'm almost done. Fair enough. I'll just make a mess of it anyways. Got any coffee? God, I died for a cup of joe. Best I can offer is a chicory root. There's a chicory root in the basement if you want. Chick a what? I think I'll pass. Thanks anyways. Suit yourself. Where's Mick? Oh, he's out in the backyard. Trying to fix our car. Oh, he is. Must be sweating up a storm, the poor thing. Oh, but don't worry about him. He knows his way around the car. A regular grease monkey. You got no idea how much I hate that car. That's weird. What's weird? Daddy left the car behind. How'd he get out of here in the first place then? Loretta, where did he go? I don't know, girl. What do you mean you don't know? Does he do this often? Disappear, I mean? The grinder crunches through a meat vein. Did you know your father's been seeing another woman? No, I didn't. Though I can't say I'm surprised neither. Don't forget he left his first family too. And he had a child. He had me. The meat squeaks and squelches in the grinder. Well, anyways. Listen, though, I've been meaning to ask. You used to work as a hairdresser, right? Don't you suppose you can cut mine? If that's what you want. Sure thing, Kelly. I'll give you a good cut. You got beautiful hair, all right. Thank you. I got it from my mother. You have no idea how lush her hair was. Well, before the illness took her anyways. I'm sorry about what happened to your mother. Did you ever meet her? Twice. But I didn't ever have the courage to look her in the eye. Laura, don't. It ain't like you haven't had it hard to. Besides, Daddy helped us when he could. And I don't think I could have paid for the funeral if it wasn't for you two. Well, you are his daughter. Let's move on, Laura. The past is the past. What does Mickey do for a living? And you know, Mickey isn't much of a working man. The road's what he's after. Doesn't do well with enclosed spaces. Like he can't sit still or something. So he unemployed? Oh, no. Well, actually, yeah. But he wants to be a racer. A bike racer, specifically. And what do you want? Me? I just want everything to go right for a change. These past few years have been tough, you know. Looking after my mother was hard. And now I'm going to have a baby. Then I felt sick. Sick from the thoughts that I've been spinning in my head all this time. And all the things I'd done or came close to doing. Kelly's gonna have a baby. Ignoring the fact that she and Mickey are basically children themselves. They have their whole lives ahead of them. But for me, my die was cast the moment I stopped at that damn gas station. I've already been considering that if I were able to sell the novel to Schaefer and leave town, then maybe Kelly and Mickey could move in here. Maybe they'd be able to find a happiness here that Walter and I never could. You were right. We're almost done. And not even 15 minutes has gone by. How nice. I love it. Well, hands always remember what they've done. Were you expecting anybody? I wasn't. Maybe it's Daddy? Wait a minute. Good afternoon. Afternoon. What's going on? Milk delivery, ma'am. This must be some mistake. No, That's impossible. But we don't get milk delivered here. You disappointed us, Loretta. Excuse me? You had such promising start. Only to let yourself balk to a petty cowardice right at the finish line. I don't understand. Oh, but you do understand. We've done so much work, told so many lies. All for what? I am a murderer. I don't think Walter might have a thing or two to say about that. All right, Lo, time is running out, so listen carefully. Margaret will be here soon. Get rid of her. Pull yourself together, Loretta. This is your last chance, got it? Make sure Margaret forgets how to get here. For good. Otherwise, the consequences will be irreversible. But I do know the combination. Yes, you do. Think. When it all started for Walter, and end for you. Remember what happened in New York. Well, ma'am, looks like I got the wrong address. Sorry about that. Hope you have a great day. Hey, Laura, who was that? Loretta, are you okay? Mrs. Harris? Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little diz. Laura? Walter's popularity waned after the war ended and people stopped buying his books. One of the stories did get turned into a screenplay starring Rita Hayworth. But what was more an exception than a rule? Walter did his best to put on a brave face, but there's no denying it bruised his ego. They didn't even put his name in the end credits. We put a down payment on a luxury rental apartment on the 12th Avenue. Walter was, well, not a communist, that's for sure. But he was at least a socialist in his beliefs. Not that I can really tell the difference, mind. But it was pretty fashionable among writers and artists back then. As a daughter of a hard-working miner who died in the mine just the day before it was closed, I can't say I shared in his leftist ideals. Don't mean I think that the Jews and the Bolsheviks or that Stalin fella posed any threat to the American way of life, but I still consider communists to be more than a fiction, fueled by intellectuals on the East Side who've hardly worked a day in their lives. We argued from time to time, what called me, or rather, people who shared my way of thinking, hypothetical people who probably exist somewhere. But basically myself personified for the purpose of his conversation. Philistines. Said the Philistines' paradise is an easily swayed construction that only needed a good rub for the blinkers to fall off. But the Philistines' paradise ain't so bad. We lived in it while we were in New York in a way. We had a cozy rental apartment with electric toaster, an electric iron, and one of those automatic lemon squeezers. Sure, we paid for it all in installments. So what? I can say one thing for sure. It was much better being in a boring, well-fed paradise than in some crumbling old barn with no central heating. Walter needed to hear the rustle of wheat for his inspiration. All I ever heard was the whispers of demons. What's up? I took her to bed. How's she looking? She seems all right, but I'm no doctor. She said it's the weather. You want to head out? Oh, I don't even know anymore. Maybe we shouldn't leave her alone. Oh, come on. She nearly broke her damn neck, Mick. But she didn't, did she? What else is there for us to do here? She gave me a haircut, though. She did? When'd you get that done? You wouldn't have even noticed if I hadn't said anything. Well, it's beautiful. Can we hit the road now? Fine, let's go. There's no way to turn back now, and there never will be. It's so noisy inside my head. My thoughts are all murky. No, scattered even. I don't want to think. I want to act. But it feels like there's a glass wall in front of me, and I'm gonna break it. How could I have been so blind? December 24th, 1946. The day that divided my life into a before and after. That's the combination. The mind is its own place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven. John Milton, Paradise Lost, or TypeScript to be more precise. Strawble, 200 pages of yellow, strange smelling paper. Inches of metal have been keeping me away from my destiny. And finally, I held the book in my hands, and it wouldn't be a work of Walt's if it didn't include some pretentious epigraph from John Milton. I don't know who this poem, but it's like I said before, I don't read much. A sharp knock on the door interrupted me from enjoying the moment. It was Margaret, right on time. Sorry, but I got a chicory root. You know what? This'll do. Thanks for the milk. I hope you choke on it. Ain't it funny how nothing's changed? Excuse me? This living room, I mean, the Harris house. Or your house, I suppose. Might be a better little dustier than before, but that's about it. Double-crossing bitch. Walter and I were friends when we were kids, you know. We'd spend entire days here at Mrs. Harris's before Clarence passed away. Oh yeah, Loretta, long before that. But Clarence ended up being the best of us. I'm so proud of him. His Purple Heart and his Bronze Star. You used them to open your favorite ginger ale. Were delivered with a letter from the president. Can you imagine? I think I saw a rat out on the porch. Yeah, I ran out of poison. Margaret takes a sip of her milk. So who's the fetching young couple you renting to? Oh, that's Walter's daughter, Kelly, and her fiance. Get out of town. I'd love to meet her. Tell them to make sure they come pay me a visit. So, Walter still hasn't showed up? Well, you don't see him here, do you? The sheriff came and spoke to me, Loretta. Bill's a good man, but I ain't told him about our situation. Not yet, anyway. What do you want, Margaret? It's weird. This ain't like him. What about his novel? The manuscript's upstairs in a safe. He left it here? He told me they were sending him a check. What are you getting at? Is that why you decided to ruin my marriage? You ruined it yourself, Loretta. Walter's miserable around you. Don't you get it? You are the miserable one. And what do you know about our marriage? Now you're telling me he just up and left me, left his novel, left his own daughter? He left her a long time ago, Margaret. You think you are the first? You ever asked what happened with Kelly's mother? Left to rot with tuberculosis? No, and Walter kindly paid for the funeral. Linda drank one too many of those radium drinks, and you know that. You know why we moved in? Because he wanted to finish his book. quit being such a fool. Walter's always been a coward. One small problem's enough to make him turn tail and run. I don't trust you, Loretta. Then get this through that ginger scalp of yours. Let's say you are right. Let's say his filthy lying ass is currently rotting in the well on the yard. Rat slowly picking his bones clean and all that. A fate he totally deserved, by the way. Even if that were all true, it'd be your word against mine. This place is a freezer. Is it the room spinning, or is it just me? Should have called it quits at the last vodka martini. Yeah, okay. The last 3 vodka martinis. The lights on the bathroom. Is Loretta still up? I urgently need to take a leak. Hey, you in there? Let me in with ya. I really gotta go. Laura? Oh, for Christ's sakes. Johnny's bedroom. I shouldn't go in, or I'll wake the baby. My typewriter hasn't brought me money or fame. It ain't right state of mind to be dialing anybody, even if I wanted. The lines wouldn't be operating at this time of night. I'm probably gonna regret this, but Loretta ain't giving me any other option. Oh, yeah. That's much better. I was calling at this time of night. Hello? Oh, it's you. Yeah, I told you I would. I'm not whispering. Because it's 2 in the morning. Because my wife's. What the fuck, Frank? Why are you calling me at my house? How'd you get the call through at all? No, I'm not drunk. Yes, I hear you. I got it. Tell Wallace I have something even better. He's gonna love it. I just need a couple of more weeks. I know, Frank. But the 2 weeks aren't gonna hurt anybody. That's none of your business. How would they know? No, I haven't spoken to anyone. Are you trying to scare me? Don't you try, you fat fuck. I know what I'm doing. I've gotta go. Don't call me here again. Think you're so clever, huh? Well, I got other plans, Frank. Where'd I put those fucking matches? I need a number. Think, Walter, think. Bedroom. They'll be in the writing desk. I'm gonna bend you all over, bunch of greedy assholes. The key's in the coat. The key is in le coat. Oh, you blockhead. Loretta forgot to turn it off again? Must have been listening to one of her lousy radio plays. I really wish she'd pick up a book. I mean, you married, huh? What a guy, huh? Spend your whole life trucking through bullshit just like the rest of them. But look at you now, standing in a tux, as crisp as a new dollar bill. Wish my folks could see me now. Looks like Loretta had herself quite the party. What is going through that head of yours? Sure, I'd invite her out. Is she offended? Someone's got to stay home and look after the baby. Writing desk. One call. No Wallace, no Chambers, no more dirty work. Only literature, honest to goodness literature. Suck it, Robert Penn Warren. There'll be no turning back. Those people are dangerous. Screw it. Dangerous or not, they're gonna make me rich. Did I grab it? Dumb broad, walk the baby up. Oh, you fat son of a... I told you not to call here, you... Oh, honey. Sorry, I thought it was someone else. Yeah, everything's fine. I got home just fine. Are you okay? Can't sleep? Oh, yeah, miss you too, baby doll. What? She's not asleep, no. No, I haven't told her. I don't know. When the time is right. When the time is right, okay? Go to bed, baby. Good night. I love you too. Bye. Walter cheating. Always cheating. Loretta, are you out of your mind? Laura, you fall asleep in there. Open the door. Do you hear me? Open the door right now. God, Loretta, what have you done? Do be careful with the china. You are sick, Loretta. Maybe so, but I'll be sick and 30 grand richer. And then I'll be long gone. Oh, you hear that? That'll be an important call from the publishing house, most likely. I'll be back in a moment. Should I kill the ginger bitch now? Or maybe I should just let her go. What can she really do? Run crying a bill? She's probably running around with him too. Who believe her? I won't be much more than a memory by the time anyone figures it out. Cuba, Tahiti, Hawaii. The world's gonna open up for you like you won't believe, Loretta. All you gotta do is make a choice. Aloha. Hello? Mrs. Harris, we accept the offer. One of our guys is already on his way to you. Mr. Fitzgerald. He'll be in touch when he's in town. Marvelous. Oh, and Miss Harris, please accept our deepest condolences on behalf of the Atlantic Press team. We are extremely concerned and hope Mr. Harris will return soon. When I finally hung up, Margaret was nowhere to be found. Must have gotten scared. Wish I hadn't wasted my chicory root entertaining her. Either way, I had the manuscript. All I had to do was wait for Fitzgerald. Of course, something just had to go wrong. Something I never would have expected. Now, what in tarnation am I doing? How long do you think this is? I only got 3 birds. I'm birdless. Did you say something? No. We're nearly there. I think I saw a dead bird on the road. Why'd you close it? It's stuffy in here. Noisy too. I can barely hear my own thoughts. Be patient. We're almost there. Is that your hip flask rattling around over there? Walter ignores and keeps driving. You know we're on the highway, right, Walter? Yup. And not another car in sight. Relax, okay? Maybe I should drive for a while. No need. Like I said, we're almost there. Good, because I'm starting to get car sick from all the wheat field. You and me both. What are you thinking about? Nothing really. Come on, you gotta tell me. I'm thinking up my next novel. Oh, sounds exciting. I'm just staring at the weed. Let me take a sip of that, Walter. Here. So this novel, what's it gonna be about? A thriller about a kidnapping. Interesting. Yeah, it's still too early to say much, but I can share the title at least. Shoot. Straw Bull. I like it. Here's to the Pulitzer. Don't overdo it, Lo. We have a lot of housework waiting for us. Did I make it? Really, again? I'm gonna sue that damn plumber. Noise is coming from the hole this time, but it's all boarded up. I can't pull them off with my bare hands. Think I saw an axe in the bone. What do you think is gonna happen to Loretta? Goddamn music. Why do you always gotta play the same melody over and over? Johnny was born a healthy pink baby boy, but over time his skin started to get all these scabs that peel off like film. I didn't know what to do, and no one could tell me what was happening. We used to take a lot of baths. It was the only time Johnny calmed down and stopped crying. It soothed my heart too. Walter didn't care. For him, it was a game we were playing family, and he got bored real quick. He'd go to these secret political meetings, Friday evenings, school reunions. He never missed a chance to spend the night out of the house, leaving me and the baby all alone, always. I ain't touching that. Don't want to upset Mama Bird. I got an achievement for that. This'll do. I hope I don't get a splinter. Oh, Lord, you scared me. What do you want? Hey, I'm talking to you. What are you staring at? Y'all shouldn't yell at old Jim Bob, ma'am. He's a mute. So what do you want? There's a little problem. Would you go good, take a look? Show me. God, what a smell. Why is it in here? Cattle dying. Yeah, I can see that. Maggots already getting to work. It's Phillips. Storm must have scared him to death. This probably bolted in the night and wandered over to your yard, to your land. And what's wrong with it? Is it sick? None too sure, I reckon. Harvest rotting, cattle dying. Witchcraft is what it is. That's crazy talk. Witchcraft? Well, it ain't right, it's all. Maybe it's the water. Don't you go drinking from that well, ma'am. I ain't. We've got piping. What's gonna happen with the heifers? Smith's getting a rifle, that's what. Gonna haul her away in the truck tomorrow. Guess I'll head home then. A pair of hillbillies poking their noses around. Best put an end to that sooner rather than later. The sooner I start, the sooner I'll finish. What's inside? I can't see a thing. The sound of brakes. Sounds like a car pulled up in the driveway. Oh, he's got a nice car too. He wipes his neck with the handkerchief. We've got a very lovely house, ma'am. Don't bother. I can't stand this place either. Is this Mr. Harris's house? His parents. Who are you? Ma'am? How long has Mr. Harris been gone for? Why don't you start off by telling me who is it that hired you? Of course. I work for a firm called Wallace and Partners. I represent the interest of Mr. Wallace. Your husband owes Mr. Wallace a substantial sum of money, ma'am. Did Mr. Harris mention anything about that to you? No, but I've heard about Wallace. And I know he used to be a criminal. You may be right, but who can truly call themselves a saint in today's world? Mr. Wallace has paid back his debt to society and is now worthy enough to live in it. You know, he really recently donated $30,000 for disabled war vets. If Wallace gives away his money so easily, then what does he want with my husband? You don't have any money. You're wasting your time. You have to understand, ma'am, we wish Walter no harm. We are old friends of his, and we want to help. Think about it. Would I really drive all the way across the country just to collect on some old debt? Mr. Wallace knows about Walter's money situation. You see, he was supposed to pass on a particular item to us. An item that belongs to us. What are you talking about? Did Walter ever happen to show you a box? A box? Yes, a wooden one with a lock on it. I don't know what you mean, mister. Why would he ever show me a box? Beads of sweat fall from Chambers' face into his wrinkled shirt. Can I get you something to drink? Honestly, I was hoping you asked. The kitchen's just down the hall. You're not going to answer that? Hello, Mrs. Harris. I've been trying to reach you this past couple of days. I studied the archives, and it turns out there was once a cattle burial site on your land. You know, for sick animals and such. The contagious kind. Contagious? Using the area for farming is actually prohibited by law, but I suspect Mr. Harris and I mean your husband's father, managed to skirt around that law somehow. And, well, I'm no expert, ma'am, but I think the cadaveric waters must have reached the soil and poisoned the crops. I suggest sharing this information with Mr. Morgan. The drainage from the burial site will ruin his harvest too, most likely, but it ain't your fault. I see. Well, thank you. Did something happen? No, nothing important. Let's go into the kitchen. After you. Let me ask you, ma'am, why did you move out here in the first place? Walter want to write his book. And did he? Yeah, he's working with a publishing house with Mr. Schaefer's. Yes, I know. Mighty interesting, isn't it? At first you move from New York, then Walter up and disappears. Maybe he was afraid of you coming. Maybe he was. Tell me, Mrs. Harris, where do you think your husband might be? Got any ideas? Begging your pardon? Shit. I took Chambers' car and put my foot on the gas. I was lucky he left his keys in the ignition. He also left something else in the glove. Oh, poor Chambers. He didn't even think he'd need his revolver. I was racing down the highway as I could, and then I saw it. A furious dance with hundreds of birds whirling in the sky. They call it a mermation. Didn't think I'd ever get to see it. Truly hypnotizing. I had nowhere to run. Not like I'd had enough gasoline anyway. Such a stupid, impulsive decision. I killed a stranger. And that dumb hillbilly saw me doing. Would he tell anyone? Not that it'd make a difference. Apparently, I just ain't the person I thought I was or thought I could be. I'm so sorry it turned out this way, Walt, but you can't force a river to flow backwards. They ain't no gluing together. I just couldn't remember, but then I understood that I really didn't want to. Oh. Get up, Loretta. We got a lot of work to do. No, please, I can't do it anymore. So that's it, you're done? Palm trees, pina coladas, young tan-skinned boys are all still within your reach. It's the middle of the century, after all. Concentration camps, nuclear holocaust. Who are they to judge you? It's high time you became a master of your own destiny. Now grow. Get out from under their oppressive thumbs. Throw off the shackles. Who knows? Maybe you'll even write your own memoir someday. The world is your oyster, Loretta. Now, come on and get up. Now, keep this in mind. We are not the only ones looking for Walter. There are plenty out there who only want to cause him and his family harm. I'm staying at the Twin Oaks Home Motel. If Walter happens to show up, you be sure to call me. Here's my card. Your husband is in serious danger, but you and I can help him together. Mrs. Harris, good morning. How are you doing? Patrick Fitzgerald at your service. I represent the legal interests of the Atlantic Express or Press. We spoke on the phone. It's a pleasure to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Can I get you anything? No, thank you. Yes, I don't trust that vending machine food either. Well, Mrs. Harris, I have to admit that letter of yours was unexpected. I hope you understand the scale of the trust my firm has in your hand. I was sent out here from Mississippi, We expect Mr. Harris to reappear soon, of course. And then we'll all learn the secret of his mystical disappearance. But before that, I have a couple of questions. Remind me, what novel are we talking about? You don't know? I do, but I like to be sure. The Straw Bull. Have you read it, by the way? No, I ain't a fan. Oh, I feel you there. I'm not a big reader either. Fantastic. Loretta notices soft hands. She realized this is the first time she's seen a man with a manicure. In that case, I suggest we call it quits on the coffee. You hand over the manuscript and I make some calls. We can get contracts written up and you do the manuscripts. Do have the manuscripts with you, right? That ain't gonna work, mister. No contracts, not this time. I thought I made my point very clear in the letter. Your point? That's right, 30,000. A check is fine if you can't do cash. A check, huh? Listen, Fitzgerald. If you want the novel, then you're gonna have to pay me. For a moment, a look of incandescent rage flashes across Fitzgerald's clean-shaved reptilian face. After a pause, his smile returned with a smirk. Well, all right, we'll play your game. No contract. I can even write that check for you right now. But I gotta see the manuscript first. The manuscript's at home, locked up in a safe. Fitzgerald takes a slurp of his coffee. Did you come here by car? Jesus, coffee's lousy. Yeah, I drove here. The journey home usually took 25 to 30 minutes, but with Fitzgerald's high-speed motor, we got there in 15. He really put the pedal to the metal and seemed quite comfortable doing it, like he was used to it. You couldn't make that man hush up for love or money. His lips were flapping the whole time, talking about weather, sports, his work over in Mississippi, Louisiana, singing the praises of New Orleans cuisine. So, 30 grand. It's quite the pretty sum. I'd say it's fair. Looking at you, I get the impression your company ain't short on money. Hey, so long as folks want to keep reading about people sleeping with and murdering each other, then your husband, myself, and even you will be set for life. No, it can't be. The safe's open. I don't get it. Someone stole my manuscript. Oh, that's well. Chambers. Well, Mrs. Harris, looks like we've done here. No, wait. I know who stole it and I know where it is. I'll get it back. That's certainly an entertaining story, Loretta. You've given quite the performance. It was an intimidation act at first, but now you've evolved into Broadway. I wouldn't be surprised if Mr. Harris jumped out from behind the curtain and sang us a tune next. No, please. You've already wasted too much of my time. I'm heading back to Mississippi, and I'll be sure to advise Mr. Schaefer away from any further dealings with you or your husband, whatever he may be. I'm begging you, stay in town just a little longer. I'll get you the manuscript. I don't know what you're planning, but my boss is deeply interested in that book for some reason, and I'll be leaving tomorrow at noon. Be sure to keep that in mind, because I won't be coming back. We clear? Crystal, I'll bring the manuscript. I promise. Well, all right then. Can I use your phone? Fog and rain again. I'll race down the slick road in frenzied rage, heading to the motel that Chambers had written on his business card. Fat-ass moron with rotten teeth. He must have stolen the manuscript when I was in the basement. But why? How could he have known the combination? Who is this Mr. Wallace he's working for, and why do they need my manuscript? The rain soon gave way to hail. That felt so hard, I considered stopping to change the tires. I almost missed it as I struggled to keep the car on the road. The neon sign winked in the darkness. Twin Oaks. Here it is. I find Chambers. I find the manuscript. The porter ain't here. Lucky you, Loretta. Room keys, they're locked behind the glass. Can't get them from here. Chambers ain't on the list. He must have used another name. Damn. But which one? Sounds like a couple of plain Joes. This one looks familiar. I think I went to school with this guy. Chicken Scratch. Angel, I don't think that's his style. Neff, that's a weird name. Two women sharing a room. Too fancy. This one ain't even a man's name. Charles F. Banks. Frank Chambers. Bingo. It's an anagram. Looks like he's in room 12. I ain't got any change. Locked. But it looks like the key's still in the other side. I can try an old newspaper trick. Mama would sometimes lock me and my brother in the room when we were kids, but she'd always leave the key in the door. We learned that if you could slip a newspaper under the door and give it a good enough push, I ain't digging through the trash. A bulky coffee machine. Paradise for roaches. But I ain't got no change. I ain't got no change. Can't see a damn thing. Chambers lowered the blinds. A quarter. This could come in handy. Damn right. Hey, where's my newspaper? Come on, you dumb bucket of bolts. Give me back my money. Ma'am, can I help you with something? What happened? I'll tell you what happened. This piece of machine ate my money. Oh, I'm sorry, technology, am I right? And to think they say they'll replace you and me one day. Yeah, you're welcome to mine. Thanks, that's very kind of you. Huh. But I wouldn't be able to get in there with him looking at me, right? Room service, how may I help you? Hey, there's a fountain spouting out of my toilet. You gotta send someone a room fountain fast. What? I'm on my way. Hopefully that'll distract him for a while. Not really. I mean, he just knocks and then the vents go up through all the rooms. Interesting. That did the trick. He won't be gone for long though. Smells damp in here. Mike, the broad in 11's complaining about some stink in the ventilation. Think a rat might have died in there. Go check it out. Call it intuition med. I feel I'm gonna need this screwdriver. The key to room 11. Better than nothing, I suppose. What the hell are you doing, Loretta? I'm lucky the real Mrs. Woodhouse ain't here. Jesus, I ain't Amelia Earhart. About time I got used to it. Bible? A Protestant Bible. They may put one of these in every room. I don't really believe in God. Or rather, I don't want to, given all that's happened. I can feel the air moving around my feet. A vent. This probably connects to the room to chambers. I might be able to turn the screws if I had a corn or something. Damn it all. All right, here we go. I swear this is the only time I'm doing it again. Chambers, you there? The suitcase is locked. I can't open it. Crumbled newspaper. I've seen these in detective movies. They put these down so they can hear people sneaking towards the bed. Who or what was Chambers afraid of? That's Chambers' pistol. Is it loaded? But where is he? Miracle bed with massaging capabilities. Only 5 cents. Focus low. Now what the fuck? Oh, for the love of... This ain't time to fix my makeup. This must be the murder weapon. Looks like someone that slashed Chambers with a straight razor. Better not touch it. Chambers. What a stench. How long he's been here? I think I'm gonna puke. Chambers' fat fingers look like bloody sausages. And it looks like they're holding on to something. I'm too old for this shit. Bad news, boss. Harris ain't here, just his wife. And it's hard to say whether she's just acting a fool or if she really is one. Only thing I can say for sure is he's gone AWOL. This job ain't easy. Pigs are already working, making a mess of things. But I've got one last lead. Margaret Hatfield, the neighbor. The widow that Waltz has been sleeping with. I'll pay her a visit tomorrow. Oh yeah, and I think I'm being followed. I'll call again from a payphone later. Now, I am wondering, because I thought this was going to go one way, but now it's going to multiple ways. So did she kill her husband, but her husband was involved in like a lot of shit that she didn't know about? I don't know. It was clear from Chambers' strange telegram that neither he nor Mr. Wallace were interested in the manuscript. They were chasing down Walter for old unpaid debts. And it looks like Chambers had some of his own too. Guess he'll never repay them now. I was more than a little confused. Who stole my manuscript? If it wasn't Chambers, am I asking too many questions? I ain't getting any answers. I'm a simple woman. I got simple desires. Why does everything fall apart the one time I decided to try my luck? The storm wasn't letting up, so I headed home. Must have got some of Chambers' blood on me. Some corrosive thoughts were eating away on my head from the inside. Black raindrops rolled off of my wet hair. A gas light flickered in the kitchen. Loretta sniffs the air. Something smells weird. Someone's smoking cigars. It's coming from the kitchen. And who the hell are you? Take a seat. Why does anyone just do as they're told? Listen, if it's the money you want, shut the fuck up. You will speak when spoken to. Where's Harris? Who the hell are you? I'll ask again. Where is Harris? I don't know. Where's the box? What box? Quit playing dumb. If I hear one more lie come out of your mouth, I'll pierce your eye with a needle. Now where's the box? The stranger wipes his face. You shouldn't have done that. I mean, if I'm dead, are you gonna get the box? Oh, wait. No, 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 no. That asshole chained me to the stove. Where'd he get a pair of handcuffs? Is he a cop? No way, not with a face like his. I can't die here, not like this. There's gotta be some way to take him off. He must be out in the bone. He's got a gun. There's no way he'll miss from that distance. I knew you'd sneak up on him and try to stay in the shadows when the light strikes. Who are you? No tags on his clothes. Coat pocket. Jack Smith, private security. Tom Winters, insurance agent. Sam Plitman's Department of Health. Who are you? A revolver with a full barrel. What you gonna shoot? You gonna shoot me, scumbag? Poor bastard's dead. With a sickle. A cigar? Damn it, not another cigar. We ain't done yet, buddy. You and I are going for a little walk. Wait. Oh, you awake? I thought you died already. I'm bleeding. What are you? Hold on a minute. Let me get up. Any last words? I said, wait a minute, damn it. Want a needle in your eye, do you? What, not feeling so tough anymore? Beating up a woman in her own home. Listen, I got nothing on you. I just needed Harris. I told you he's dead and rotting in that well behind you, and you're gonna keep him company. Now give me your name. Let me go. You don't want to be a murderer, do you? You don't know nothing about me, mister. Start talking or I'll put a bullet in your knees. Okay, sweetheart. Flattery won't get you anywhere. Okay, just relax. Look at me. I'm not going anywhere. Why did you kill Chambers? So it was you who killed Chambers. Dang, my ears are ringing. Talk! Yeah, I killed the fat fuck. But he had it coming. Why? He had dirt on you or something? Him, Wallace, and your husband. They were all in the cahoots, went and violated the Limburg Law. You mean they kidnapped someone? What are you saying? They kidnapped a child and tortured it to death. You ever see the name Nancy Olman in the news? The oil baron's daughter. Of course I remember. It was printed everywhere. The ransom was paid, but the girl was never found. And she never will be. Well, she might in some field somewhere with her head cut off. That's it. The family eventually learned Wallace was involved. Something to do with the union, so they hired me. You're lying. Wait, Wallace confessed everything to me before he croaked. Sold his little errand boys all the way down the river. Can I not? Thank you. It's right under your nose, the box. What's in it? I don't know for sure. A gift from the daddy or something. As far as I know, it ain't worth a fig. But your dummy of a husband, well, he decided to sell it. Then shit hit the fan and he got out of Dodge. Tried to cover his tracks. That's how I found him, actually. All right, then. Let's say you're telling the truth. You're cut from the same cloth, you and your big sack of money. How many people have you killed? Where do you draw the line of revenge? Line of revenge. Line of revenge. Hey, I only killed Chambers. Wallace died in the hospital. Soiled his hospital gown out of pure fear. And Harris, well, you saying that he ain't a problem anymore. Olson lost his wife too, you know. He's got nothing left but money and revenge now. A dangerous combination. It's in the manuscript, Margaret. What? Who? Listen, Toots, let me go. You can even keep the box if you want. Harris is dead, and so is the fat-ass Chambers. My job's already done. I didn't have any intention of killing you. Bullshit! Okay, but believe me when I say this. It wasn't personal. You were just in the way. Walter was a vulture. The world will break a little easier without him in it. What would you do if you were little Nancy's father? You're a woman, a mother. You should understand. Just let me go. What happens if I choose him to let him go? Tell your boss that Loretta Lou Harris did your job for you. And if I ever see you again, you won't. You have my word. Cattle burial ground, 5 miles east, 25 paces south of the old oak tree, 10 paces from the red stone. Margaret, what are you? I followed you and that man. You left this in the kitchen. I don't know what you're thinking. You forgot about the book. It belongs to me and Kelly, you understand? Try anything funny and I'll make you pay for killing Walter. Your beloved Walter was a kidnapper and a murderer. You're lying. I'm not, look. What does this mean? Little Nancy Olson. Walter and his pals wanted to shake ransom out of some rich guy. But obviously something went wrong. Who are you people? Put down the revolver, Margaret. What do you care? You seen dead children, aren't you? Walter told me how you drowned his son. My son's death was my fault, Margaret. I think about it every day. Walter brought a disease into our home. I didn't have any evidence, but I knew. A mother always knows. Johnny got real sick. We were taking a bath when, well, the pills I was taking made him sleepy. I passed out in the fucking tub, and when I woke up, it was too late. How do I know you're not lying? I don't know. But I do know this poor girl's father would want to know what happened to his little girl. We should tell the sheriff. Wait. If we tell the sheriff, And Walter's accused. They'll lock him up, Margaret. I'll probably hang for this. And what's that got to do with anything? Think about Kelly. What happened to her? The publisher will turn away, refuse to publish the book. No, no, no. Listen to me, Loretta. You and I will keep it all a secret. Breeze clouded that pretty red head of yours. I'll shoot, Laura. Then do it, Margaret. End it. Here and now on this goddamn graveyard. Margaret, listen. Shut up. Trust me, you don't want to have to live with it. Shut up, for God's sake. I need a thing. Smack her with a shovel, sis. Look at how her hands are shaking. She's just gonna miss anyways. She doesn't have it in her. You gotta strike first. Damn you, Loretta. Why are you like this? Why do you have to go and ruin everything? Everything! Okay, Margaret. You win. This has nothing to do with Kelly. You were right. I won't say anything to Bill. So that's it. We're done? I guess so. Margaret didn't say a word to the police. I don't know why. Maybe she felt sorry for me. Maybe she refused to believe that Walter, her lover, Walter was lying dead at the bottom of his parents' well. Maybe she knew she didn't have any evidence. It'd be her word against mine, maybe. Not that it mattered anymore. The publishing house withdrew their check. Kelly and Mickey left and never came back, and now winter is here. Just a little further. What am I looking at? The voices have fallen silent for good. I was burning up. I don't remember the exact moment the fever started. I lay in bed. The same bed Walter and I used to lay in together. In a house that was cold and empty. I was all alone, in some feverish delirium. I ran through all my memories from the last few months. Or was it weeks? I didn't know what day it was. I barely even knew what time it was. Eventually my leg quit hurting. But a sweet, nauseating smell replaced the ache, as if my body was rejecting my rotten, twisted soul. One more step. What day is it? Hello, Walter. Got a lot of snow this year, huh? You know what's weird? Winter's supposed to be cold, but I never feel cold anymore. What were you thinking? You never told me. So there was no way I could ever know what drove you to cry. Although I know I'm no better. You probably had it coming. Maybe you even deserve to die. But not like this. Not at the hands of your own wife. I'm sorry. I'm sorry it ended up this way. I was dreaming of a better life. But I never realized I was ruining ours in the process. Forgive me, Walter. The same story can be told in many different ways. Living my life in fear made me lose my grip on reality. Something changed my soul forever a long time ago. Seems like every one of us is destined to face our own personal hell at some point. But when I try to follow my path, while also trying to retain the remnants of humanity I had left, I thought that maybe all I needed to do was stand still for a moment, long dead and wet with a fresh coat of snow. The paint on the old barn doors peeled off like dry flakes of skin, creaking in time with disintegrating thoughts. Get the winter ending. So, it's that easy. The one phone call. And Hoover and his boys come to dig around in my backyard. Where'd this all come from? We're responding to a tip, Sheriff. Who? Who's the girl? Nancy Olson. As in the Olson, the oil tycoon, his daughter? Whose land is this, Sheriff? The Har- It's Morgan's now. I speak of the devil. There he is. Sorry, Pops. No civilians past this point. Eat shit, Bill. I pay your salary with my taxes. And this is my land. Now, what blazes is going on here? Agent? I think you need to take a look at this. We found a stiff in the well. Noel, for Christ's sakes. Sheriff, looks like we found our guy. The sheriff sighs. It's the writer, Walter Harris. He used to live here with his wife. Just had her funeral this winter. Gangrene. Oh, so apparently, I told you, Billy. Morgan, shut your mouth before I shut it for you. Loretta Harris sent a letter to Mr. Olson. She confessed to killing her husband and told him where the girl was buried. Walter Harris planned and orchestrated the kidnap of the Olsons' little girl. Morgan rubs his pockmarked face. Harris kidnapped Nancy? Then Loretta killed him? And she wrote a letter. To tell the truth, I'm a little lost. Every man has two forces wearing inside him, Carter, and you never know which one will win. Good evening, madame. How can I help you? Evening, I'm here for the party. I'm very sorry, Mrs. Harris, but entry is by invitation only. It's a private party, you understand. But my husband's already inside. Walter is a member of our establishment. That is correct. But you probably have the wrong floor. I assume you're expected upstairs. Can I be frank? I don't know, can you? I think you're better off joining your son, madame. Unless, of course, you rather I call for Mr. Harris? No, 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 no. Don't bother yourself. So I should go upstairs, huh? Perhaps you should. Have a lovely evening, Loretta. All right. So there's multiple endings in this game. I'm guessing you can make multiple different choices around the story, or maybe do certain things that will get you another um route to the ending. So I don't know if our ending is good or bad, right? I mean, at the end of the day, I don't even think we survived long, right? We didn't. We That winter we were dead from gangrene. Um the thing is that could there be an ending where I get away with everything? We never find out about the girl, or maybe we do and we kill Margaret, and then we run away. Um I don't know. I mean, I like the ending I got seems like, at least, I didn't end up in hell with my husband. I ended up, I guess, in heaven, so to say, with my child, right? Um, like, cool. I don't know if me dying at the end was really a good ending, right? She didn't get to enjoy anything. She didn't get anything for herself. She married this guy who kidnapped this girl. And then he wrote a book about the kidnapping, right? And I think that's why the manuscript was so important, right? Because it was like the murder that happened, I mean, the kidnapping that happened. And I guess that's why it was so wanted, I guess, maybe, but they didn't really care. I don't know. Why did he murder? Well, to get the money, right? He wanted the money to pay off his debts. So he kidnapped him and the other two guys. They kidnapped the girl. So that way he can get a ransom and get the money. He ended up getting the money, I guess, but then he ended up running away, right? Because they hired that guy and he was after them. Um, so like the cops in the end, they're like the cop and the agents and stuff, they're like, oh shit. So they assume that I knew the truth and then I found out the truth that my husband kidnapped and I killed him, right? And they assume that was the reason for me killing him. But little did they know that was not. It was like why I killed him was something totally separate, you know? I'm gonna say, one thing I did not like about this game was the little mini it was very cinematic, sure, but the little mini games, they were repetitive. This is number one. And number two, it was getting annoying at to a certain point. It was like, okay, get to the point, right? Um yeah, I didn't like those mini puzzles. Like at first I was like, oh, this is cute, very cinematic. Uh, you know, gives you a feel. But then after you doing the same mini puzzles and going through the same shit, it's just like what's the point of this, you know? Um, and I understand like each puzzle was just like a glimpse of certain things that involved in the story, right? Like or had to do with the story in a sense. But still it was just like could have avoided that. Another thing was that the game seemed interesting in the beginning, knowing that the wife killed him, but then it just completely turned it around and made it that the husband was a bad guy, and it's always the husband that's a bad guy, the father. And, we feel good because we killed this bad guy. I thought it was just going to be really like a crazy housewife, you know, that she indeed killed her son on purpose, right? And that everything is her fault and that she's delusional. That's where I thought it was going to go. And then they pulled the stereotypical horror genre psychological story here. It's the man's fault. Um, he kidnapped them. And I thought like maybe he was just running away from money issues, and this is why they were going after him because that's believable. But then they just went like it threw me out of nowhere with the fucking kidnapping. It was just like that shit felt so random. It was like someone was writing the story for this game and then they thought in the end like we need something a little bit more than this, right? We need to really do like a big, oh my god. So let's just say he kidnapped somebody. Boom, put it in the story. There you go. Shock factor. You know what I mean? It just felt out of place. I don't know. I liked it though. It would have been better as like, I don't know, a book than a game per se. Um it would have been a nice good read. But as a game, it wasn't really like a lot you had to do. It wasn't really a game. So it was more like an interactive book. Huh? Right? That's what it was. I'm interested of seeing what the other endings are. But I will not be recording that. If you want to know what the other endings are, you're going to have to play the game yourself, right? This is Loretta. You could find it on Steam. So if you are into it, It was a really good story. It was a good read. So if you want to know the other possibilities for Loretta's life, right? Go find out. Maybe there's an ending where, he didn't kidnap a girl, right? I don't know. You're gonna have to figure that out. So, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Like always, remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, homies. And don't be a Loretta, all right? Actually, be a Loretta. That's fine. That's fine. You probably deserved it anyways. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Ah, I'm gonna get canceled.